Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today we have lots to talk about, and I also wanted to remind everyone, if you haven't seen my video from yesterday, so today is Friday, April 29th, if you missed mine from yesterday, you're going to want to take a look at that. I know that it's a long video, but it is really just completely full of really helpful information if you are going to be wanting to cruise or if you're thinking about going on a cruise. And we've got lots to share today as well. So first of all, I would like to welcome all of our Let's Go family members. You all have such a special place in my heart and have made my life so much richer, and so thank you. Also, welcome to everyone who is new. If there's anyone who hasn't subscribed yet, we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel. We appreciate your support, and I think that it is going to be a really wonderful thing for you too. We have lots of wonderful people here and such a lovely association. We share so much information with each other that I think it's going to be really helpful if you've got a cruise planned, or if you're thinking about it, or if you just like to think about cruising. This is the place to be. So first of all, if you can believe it, on the Princess website, there are additional COVID health protocol updates for sailings from the United Kingdom and from Europe. And they are dated yesterday, April 28th. And I know that they were posted late yesterday because they weren't there earlier in the day and evening, and then I saw them quite late. And so really what the difference is much stronger wording and making sure that everyone is clear that on both sailings, both from the United Kingdom as well as sailings from Europe, that you need to have a booster if your vaccine is older than 270 days or 9 months. And so the requirement is that you have got to be vaccinated. And then, like I said, if it has been more than 270 days since you received that last dose of your vaccine, you've got to have a booster. And if you don't, you've got to have an exemption. I think this is a really important update because I think a lot of people perhaps booked these cruises back before they realized a booster would be required, maybe even a vaccine. And so if you are not, if you have a vaccine and it's older than your 9 months there and you don't want to get a booster or can't for whatever reason, you need to hurry up and contact Princess because you don't want to travel clear to the port and then not be able to board your cruise. And so I just want to make sure that everybody knows about that. The other thing that I wanted to make sure that everyone is really clear on is the testing. So on those protocols for sailings from the United Kingdom, it points out that if you are vaccinated but don't have a booster, that you've got 2 days to do your antigen or 3 days to do the PCR. If you are vaccinated and have your booster, you get to have 3 days to do your antigen and 3 days to do your PCR. And then, of course, always, if you are not vaccinated, you've got to do that PCR test within 3 days. Now, for sailings from Europe, it is 1 day. You've got to be tested within 1 day. In Europe, they have got free complimentary testing at the port with Princess, as well as Norwegian says that in their protocols as well. And then for sailings from the UK, they've got testing there at their terminal, and it is $60 US for that. Now, I have had a Let's Go family member contact me that has got an upcoming cruise scheduled out of Southampton there in the UK, and you know how especially since COVID happened, soon before you sail you receive an email from Princess just making sure that you know that you've got to get travel ready, ocean ready I should say, on your app and everything that you need to do. And he said that they said on those protocols on that email that it is 1 day for sailings out of the United Kingdom. And so the reason I'm telling you this is so that if you have one of these cruises booked out of the United Kingdom, pay close attention, keep your eye out for an email, and make sure that what all the requirements are. And I would love to hear from any of you who are embarking on those cruises right now with what is being required for you, so that you can tell us all kind of how things are going. So let us know. And we've got lots of Let's Go family members who have mentioned that they are doing this, and so hopefully some of you, when you've got a minute when you're there or when you get home, you can let us know. And so that's what the updates are. That's in a nutshell. Now, the next thing that I wanted to let you know about in connection with the testing is I've gotten a few questions, one from Tiffany and some from some others, about the COVID tests. And so I have mentioned this one before. This is the iHealth test that we got from the government. We found the place online where you can sign up and pay, I think it's $24.99, and have someone watch you do the test, and then it would provide results that you could show for embarkation. Two things I want to tell you about that. It's been a little while ago, maybe a couple of months even, but a couple of Let's Go family members said that these worked for them for embarkation, okay? But you have got to make sure that as you are preparing to do the test and setting up your profile, that you select the information that you need to show in the results. So you've got to make sure that you've got your name, what kind of test it is, that it has all the test results. It's got to have your birthday, and I would click all the boxes. You want it to show everything, and so make sure. Now, I've told you I'm going to do this when we're in Rome before we head over to the port and see if they will accept it. But make sure that if you are doing this, that you, like I said, make sure that you get all of the important information to show in your results, because if it doesn't, they won't accept it. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that you're clear on that. And it's just iHealth, search iHealth, and you'll go to their website and you can like order a test, but there's also an option just to pay for actually someone to be online with you while you do this. Now, the other kind of test is this kind, and just to clarify, this is the one that we ordered from Optum. We recently ordered, I told you that I ordered some from eMed, and they came, I think I ordered them on Monday, and they came on Wednesday. And so this is the one that, these are the RX ones. And so this little thing here on the front, you can download the Navica app using that little QR code. Sorry about the reflection there from my light. And then on here, and they tell you to do that. There's a little note here that says to do that before your appointment, before you like log in and request someone to help you with the test. And then this right here is like you can scan that QR code and it takes you right into eMed to be able to do the test, because when you pay for these tests, the testing is included. Okay, and I know that there are lots of other kinds of tests out there, but just make sure that you have got one that a medical professional is going to watch you do, and make sure that it shows all the information that need to be in those test results. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody is really clear on that. And I ordered 6 of these to take with us when we go on our cruise at the end of May. Just that way we'll have them for anything that we maybe need them for. And so if anybody has any other questions, just let me know. And I feel really comfortable trying it there in Rome, because if they don't accept the results when I get to the port, I will let you all know. But also they've got testing at the port, so I'll just get tested. So I wanted to make sure everybody's clear on that. If anybody has any other questions, just let me know. And if you're brand new here, take a look back at some of my videos over the last week or two, and you will find lots of really helpful information about what you need to do. So now we are going to go through a few things that we have found out since yesterday from some of our Let's Go family members. And so first of all, as I mentioned yesterday, the Crown Princess is having some engine maintenance that is going to be affecting the sailings. And so I mentioned how I just was kind of wondering why they hadn't done this during the shutdown. But thanks to you guys, you always help me think about things. One of you mentioned that with the work that your husband does, you are aware of a lot of supply chain issues on parts that you would need for engine maintenance, things like that. So that's really good. Someone else pointed out that sometimes it just depends on how many hours the engine has run, and lots of things like that that can affect the need to do it. And then I really appreciate Lee. She said that she was she is scheduled on one of these cruises on the Crown Princess, and she was talking to a Princess rep today about trying to get a different excursion booked and changing things a little bit to make sure that they're ready. And she said that the Princess rep said that one of the problems for all the cruise lines was that during the pandemic shutdown, a lot of the shipyards and the docks that would do engine maintenance, dry dock, all that kind of stuff shut down as well. So there was really no way for them to do maintenance. They also said that the yards. Now they are super busy, and so that it's hard to get an appointment to go in for these things. And so thank you all for saying that. I do really say I am sorry for those of you that are having your itineraries affected by this. I know that I had one Let's Go family member, you could read her comment. I felt bad. She booked the penthouse suite. She is so excited to go. Saved for this for years, she said, and now they're not going to call in Ketchikan and be able to do the excursion that she wants. And so I just, my heart goes out to you. I'm really sorry. She did contact Princess Heads Up and ask if she could move her sailing over to the Discovery Princess. I think she was going to be on May 14th and the Discovery sails on the 15th, so she thought maybe they would let her move over, but they won't. She would have like the 70% cancellation fees, and so that would be in the thousands of dollars for her vacation. And so I get it. This is probably not the best news ever, but at the same time, I hope that you all can still go and have a really nice cruise. Alaska is really beautiful, and just take the time to be out on your balcony or out on deck and just drink it all in and thoroughly enjoy every moment. I am so excited because we have got so many Let's Go family members departing like today and tomorrow to get on the ships on May 1st and 2nd. We've got some of you going on the May 2nd. I am really excited on the Royal Princess. We've got Alam and his wife Kim and some family members that are taking off on Royal Caribbean. It is just really exciting. So I am so excited to hear the news back about how everything's going, how they handle that Arrive Can-App, just everything. And so I wish you all bon voyage. I hope that you have just a glorious, glorious time. Now, so that is everything about that. I also, in connection with Canada, while I'm talking about it, I found the comment that I had mentioned from someone that had to cancel their cruise because of what the Canadian requirements are for vaccinated people. And so they said that their daughters had an exemption for a round trip Seattle to Seattle, just round trip in July of 2022. They were notified from Princess that their girls cannot go on the cruise because they're not vaccinated and they're teenagers. And even if they wanted to stay on in Victoria, stay on the ship and not get off, they still couldn't go. So I am just, the reason that I brought that up again is I would really like to hear from all of you about anybody who has had any of these exemptions. If Princess is calling you back and letting you come, since Canada has now said they'll work with people for exemptions, or not. I would just really like to hear from you all what is going on, and I think it will help some people that have gotten exemption and aren't quite sure what to expect. So thank you very much. Let's see. The next thing, we have got an update on the Island Princess. As you know, she just left from Fort Lauderdale and she is on a full transit through the Panama Canal. She's not to the Panama Canal yet, but I really do appreciate G. Bell, one of our Let's Go family members, said that they have already had 2 excursions canceled. I'm going to try to say this word, Huatulco, Huatulco, Mexico, and every time I say that, somebody sends me the pronunciation, but by the time we get here again, I can't remember. Anyway, that excursion got canceled, and they were able to book something else, but they didn't think it was quite as good as the one that got canceled. And then also, Puerto Vallarta excursion to San Sebastian, Mexico got canceled, and they were able to book another excursion, but once again, something not quite as good as what they had hoped for with the one that got canceled. And so they didn't say why they're being canceled, so if anybody knows that, let us know. It's just, I think, I hate to say it, but we just hear of it happening a lot with different excursions being canceled. And I know this is hard on Princess because you have to refund all that and then rebook everything, and they want to make people happy. I'm sure of that. And so I really appreciate that update from the Island Princess. The next thing that I wanted to let you know is an update from the Emerald Princess. We've got Let's Go family members on the Emerald Princess. Dale and Sherry were so kind to send me this message. They said they've had an excellent cruise so far, have met really nice people, have had lovely days. The ports of call that they have visited have been excellent. They love Spain and Portugal where they visited. They said they got word today, which was yesterday on Wednesday, no, today's Friday, on Thursday, that the cases of COVID have been identified on the ship and an indoor mask mandate has been implemented. Thankfully, the cases are asymptomatic or very mild, so that's really good, and that they are just having a marvelous time. So thank you very much for that update from the Emerald Princess. I think it bodes really well that we're getting some happy updates. The next thing that I wanted to let you know is Code 4 for Life. They are on the Ruby Princess right now. So kind to send us an update. They said that they did not have to show the ArriveCAN barcode or their vaccination card when they disembarked in Vancouver or Victoria on this cruise. And so that is just this week that this has happened. So maybe you're having to have that with you. We're hearing that they're telling you to, but no one is looking at it. And so to me, that doesn't mean don't do it. Still do it, but just be aware that maybe they're not going to look at it. And just as a side note, they uploaded, Code 4 for Life has a channel as well, and they uploaded a couple of videos today, and my favorite one was afternoon tea. And it was in the Da Vinci dining room. And I always say that they do the best videos on YouTube about restaurants and dining on board. They do a really good job. And so if you're interested, you might want to take a look at their channel. But thank you very much, both of you, for that great update. I really appreciate it. The last thing that I wanted to tell you is we've got an update from Caribbean Princess. And so thank you very much to our Let's Go family member, Paul. He said that our party got to the terminal in San Francisco. And mind you, the Caribbean Princess is just in San Francisco after completing the dry dock up in Portland, and then they're heading around to Fort Lauderdale. So they got to the port there in San Francisco at about 11. They were in their cabin by 11:30, and it says boarding is faster when no passengers are getting off. So, you know, that could have been part of the problem with the Ruby Princess the other day as well, as they were trying to disembark passengers since they were a little late back at the same time that they were trying to get everyone else on the ship. They also said they've got 1,700 passengers and a crew of 800, so both numbers are really low. And the major improvement he noticed is the World Marketplace, formerly the Horizon Court remodel, was very fresh looking. The usual situation on Princess, which I like, he says, good food everywhere. The ship is neat, orderly, and clean. The bars are open on his schedule. And non-Princess entertainment the first 3 nights was good, but also no waiting except for at guest services. Deck chairs are always available, which is lovely, especially on a sea day. Some start-up issues are evident. They said the requested robes were not in their cabin. They asked about a cabin upgrade. It took 2 days to get a response, and the internet service is not great. And so, like he says, but everything works great, and a day at cruising is always better than a day at home. And so thank you very much for that update, Paul. It sounds like the Caribbean Princess is off to a really good start. I would like to hear from any of you who are sailing on any other cruise lines, because we're hearing so much about trouble with the internet. Is anybody else having trouble with the internet on any of the other cruise lines? I just don't know why it wouldn't be good, especially they're in San Francisco, and as they headed out, going down the coast, it should be good. It's not like they were going so far remote that it shouldn't be good. So just let us know what you're experiencing. And I thought I would just try this new thing. I feel like I just talk to you all about serious things all the time, and I want to start talking to you a little bit more and just throwing some in every day, and sometimes the whole video about what I love about cruising and what really draws me to cruising, some of my favorite things to do. And I would really enjoy it if in the comments you would add the things that you really enjoy about cruising, or whatever it is that you enjoy doing the most, because it'll help give everyone lots of really good ideas and help us think of things that maybe that we haven't done before. And so I want to start off telling you my very favorite thing about cruising, and it's kind of goes into one thing. It's just really the whole experience. But I think my very favorite thing about cruising is it is such a glorious way to get where you're going, and it takes you to wonderful places that you get to see new things, meet new people. Often it's to places that we've wanted to visit for a really long time, and we finally get to go. And every time you go, you don't have to unpack. You don't have to worry about how you're going to get where you're going. You don't have to worry about what's for dinner. or anything like that. You don't have to track down somewhere to eat. If you're in a port and you want to experience the food, it's always easy, you know, to find somewhere to eat and give the local food a try. But other than that, you have all these lovely venues to just go have dinner, to relax. It is really Gordon and I's time away. We just thoroughly enjoy it, because when we're home, we are really busy people between what we do with work and the volunteer stuff that we do. We're always really busy. And so to me, going on a cruise ship, just like everything slows down, I am sure my blood pressure drops a little bit, and it just really fills me up and renews me. Princess has that motto about coming back new, and I really feel like every time I go sailing on a ship, I really do come back new. And so that is what I really look forward to. I am really so excited to go to the Mediterranean, because not only is it my most favorite place in the world, but all of the things that I see just fill me up inside again and make me relaxed. They make me be a better person, and it really broadens my horizons and the things that I think about, the things that I enjoy learning about. And so that is why I really like to cruise. And so I hope that helps any of you who haven't cruised yet. If you've got questions about that, and down below, if you would add what it is that you really enjoy, like what is the main thing that draws you to get on a cruise ship again and again and again. So there's that. And then I also have another quick question for you. And so I hope everybody stayed on this long. We are in the process of trying to pick out some group cruises. And so when you think about this, it's just been a little hard. Is anybody interested in the Panama Canal at all? Let us know that. Let us know on a New England cruise, would you rather go for 1 week or 10 days? I was kind of leaning towards maybe a week, because I thought that it would be easier for people who work just to take a week off of work. There's that option. And then as far as Alaska goes, I was just I'm trying to figure all this out. Say if you would rather have a 7-day cruise, or if you would rather have something longer, and we'll see what we can work out. Our live is on Monday night, and we are definitely announcing at least a couple of group cruises, because I want to get those going. I want you all to be able to get it on your calendar, anyone who would like to come, and just start getting prepared. It won't be at least until next year. If you want something the end of this year, let me know. And the other question is, we've got that cruise on Norwegian that we are doing. I think it leaves May 1st, May 5th, somewhere right around there, that I've told you about, in and out of Athens, that goes up into the Black Sea. And I'm really hopeful that it still goes with everything that's going on with Ukraine. But if you want me to turn that into a group cruise, let me know, because I can do that. We've already got that booked, and I don't want to cancel. I'm not going to cancel that unless Norwegian does. And so I would love to hear from you if you're interested in that one as well. So just kind of give me your thoughts on that. I know it's kind of funny to ask that a lot, but I really want to try to pick some things that will work for people and that you would enjoy doing. So put that in the comments as well. Other than that, thank you very much for sticking with me. If you appreciate these updates, please give this video a thumbs up, and I really appreciate you. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.